No one does that. No one does that. And now we're about to jump into the drafting phase. Can Encilio do it again? Can they win 2-0? Or will Legion Esports just show that today it's all going to be a 3-game series? And now Legion Esports is going to be the first pick. Encilio second pick. It looks like Legion, they ban out the Cho. Coach Gee bans out the Jushin.
So they do end up going for the Gatot ban this time, even though they did pick it in the previous game. Get the Fanny ban out by the side of Encilio. It's fair to say that, you know, with Chip not being in the equation as much, at least Red side gets a bit more of a breathing room in terms of the bans that they could opt for. But still, with how Game 1 went, I feel like if you are Legion Esports, you are losing out on the mobility, right? That's why they banned the Matilda. So actually three crucial roamer bans by Legion.
Fight for the ultimate answer.
And you know, like we said, the Matilda needs to go. Hilda is banned out as well.
Among the planes.
Oh, Eve! I was thinking what got through, and Legion Esports, they got Eve. So just like that, they have an advantage. Now let's have a conversation here, Husky. Old times.
Old times?
The way that you fight against Eve is with a Claude.
Oh, yes.
Right? We haven't seen the Claude pop up ever since, actually for quite a while now. For quite a while now, we haven't seen the Claude. Even with the changes of his mana, even after he got buffed, we haven't seen a lot of Claudes. Now, I want to see if Encilio, they keep on playing range and just playing Matrix, or will they try it and pick up the Claude?
So far, it seems like they are going to stick with what worked. Still get the Hylos and the Suyo. Claude not only got the buff in his Art of Thievery, but he also got buffed in the base damage of that Blazing Duet. So it does allow him to be a lot more proactive, you know, a lot more damage early on. But I feel like in this case, they probably would still stick with what's like comfortable now that there is a, you know what, I changed my mind. If there's a Phoveus and an Alpha, the Claude doesn't look too bad if you want to be able to duck around fights.
Yeah, but again, it's really about their comfort. Do they play with a Claude? Because playing with a Claude is much different than playing with much other marksmen, because the Claude really wants to get that farm very, very fast. So instead of giving the farm over to your jungler, you're going to give it over to your marksman. And now they have the Lu Yi. We've seen what Lu Yi and Claude can do. You can, like, if the RNG is not on your favor, like game number 1, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, you ban my Matilda? Guess what? I teleport. Not just me, I teleport my whole team. I can bring more than one guy with me. This is a hero that has been permanently banned up till now. So Encilio finally gets a crack at the Luo Yi. And not only the cross-map plays, the big brain macro plays you could pull off with the diversion, you also have the area control, right? Like Alpha, Phoveus. You want to be in your enemy's face, you can't do it when there's yin-yang reactions constantly triggering on you.
Yeah, but again, so far, it's looking good. The high loss is a question mark here. It can be in the EXP because we just saw what Maniac can do with it, but it can also just be flexed into the roam position. Right now, Legion Esports, they are banning out roamers, but let me remind you, Maniac had a 100% win rate with the Arlet.
That too. So Beatrix does get banned out by the side of Encilio. Another thing I'm looking at is, I feel like this Hylos probably would go into roam. There's a higher chance just because into Phoveus, you don't feel really good, right? You don't feel too good into a Phoveus.
Other than that, right now...
What else can you
Wait. What if Encilio just like, Hylos goes to the EXP, and then they pick up a chip? So that you have a lot of ways.
Oh, wait, you have a chip.
Yeah, but not chip yet. You know what? I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, I mean,
they
just waited for... If you waited for 3 more seconds, we might have been able to get that god combo that we missed out for, what, more than 1 season?
Yeah, I just had to open my mouth, Husky.
Dang it, LaFell. It's okay, it's okay. We'll probably have next one. Maybe if this goes game 3, we'll get it again.
Yeah, imagine the Lu Yi chip.
Oh, man. It's a wet dream, you know? Like, I would love to see that.
And I mean, like, if you're a fan of Encilio,
that's true.
if you're a fan of Legion Esports throwing back to first game, that's a nightmare.
I mean, Legion Esports, they are not a fan, for sure. So
right now, Legion, a marksman that can open the map reliably, maybe that's why they banned out the Beatrix, because going up against the Louis is going to be very, very dangerous. The Natan gets picked up as well as the Khalid. You know what? If Legion Esports goes to the late game, they might win this one. Because I've seen a lot of games where it goes to Lord pushes. Natan and Eve there, they can clear out anyway.
Yeah. Like high ground defense is so strong when you have these two. Well, the thing is you don't even know if the Khalid is going to be Romo XP. What am I saying that? Okay, forget I said that. I was like, wow, that's a big flex. Apparently, I just had a brain fart moment. So Khalid Roam.
I've seen a game where Phoveus goes roam, so it's not.
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I saw it though.
Yeah. But you won that game, Husky, so you know.
The Phoveus Roam won us that game, to be fair.
Yeah. And now, this is a good pickup actually, especially if the Edith is going to the roam position, can handle against the Alpha quite well. Honestly, when it comes to the draft, previous patch, Legion Esports, this is one of the best drafts that you can get. And Celio, however, with how they've been playing the map, now that they have the Lu Yi, I do feel like this is a kind of a hidden strat. One of the unlocking things that can really show their full potential.
The mastery of Loyi really makes a lot of difference. We've seen some teams get Loyi and not being able to really utilize that versatility that she brings. And coming into game number 2, we'll see if Legion Esports can find the equalizer as we head into the land of Dawn. This time we get Legion Esports on the blue side, and Cilio will find themselves on red.
Incilia right now having match point. It's on Legion Esports. They just had a very long game. Can they recover? Can they reset? Can they push Incilia to a game number 3? Legion Esports, this is their last chance to go up against Incilia. And right now, looking at the movement from the junglers, again, same side of the map. We want to see if Legion Esports, they actually want to go for the late game. Or this time, they're going to be a little bit more proactive, and this time Incilia not having the Matilda, vice versa. Are they going to be the proactive one, or are they going to be the one reacting?
I think if you have the Loyi, proactivity feels like
this is interesting.
A must. Wow, Brace Smite
Yeah,
on
Brace
Loyi.
Smite on Loyi. And Lovely looks like it's not going for the Warcry, it's actually going for the Quantum Charge. So looking for more survivability and movement speed instead of pure damage with the Warcry. And even the Bruno, look at this. He wants the items fast. Now, honestly, looking at the emblems, a lot can be dissected here.
Yeah. He's like, if Legion Esports have strong late game, you know what? I will get to late game first. But at least I'll try.
No, honestly, it's like the Bruno, honestly, for both marksmen, makes sense. Because Natan wants his Trinity items as fast as he can. And Bruno, he just wants his first item. After getting that House Claw, he can start forcing the fight. So maybe it's just, you know, making sure that he gets either the House Claw or the Berserker Fury first, and then after that, just force fights. Maybe that's why he got the
Bargain Hunter.
I'm thinking Bargain Hunter, Mystery Shop. It has been changed so many times.
He gets the discount, right? He gets the discount pass. He has a discount code.
10% discount.
10% discount. Maybe some poke. Hey. It's the same strat again. Oh boy, that yin-yang reaction is deadly. First blood should go over to Joe. Legion Esports, just like game 1, finds the first kill.
Yeah. But right now, we got to see how Legion Esports really pushes this, because they have the advantage. And in game number 1, they were able to secure 3 turtles. If they can secure 3 turtles here as well, I just want to see how they can start taking more objectives and then getting more team fights.
There's Gross Pathway though. Flicker of Shatter. Not gotta flicker away, and this time Justinian will not miss. Finds the turtle. Maniac. Law and Order on to Joe. Verdict is that Maniac slammed on. Mia will find the kill, and Reaper misses the dispersion. So at the end of the day, 1-for-1 trade, and Celio finds the turtle and will cash in on this purple buff.
Oh, but they're really pushing it. Can they kill this before the... Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it works, right?
Yeah, because I thought, like, okay, that seems a little bit early for the diversion, but they made it work. They made it work.
Yeah, but Justinian doesn't have the retribution. The idea was there, though. Imagine if they get both buffs, right? Hey, that's Loyi player. Like, the Loyi player mindset is so different. You gotta be creative.
You're always playing chess with the Loyi. You always have to be 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got to talk about Loyi. I don't.
No, like I had something in my mind. I was just trying to piece it together. What if, right? Here's a wild idea.
All right.
They make a skin for Loyi. It's called Grandmaster. Loyi. But not the usual Grandmaster, a chess Grandmaster. And the Yin Yang reaction is like the chess pieces, you know?
What's that movie again?
What movie?
Oh, it's in the back of my head. On reference that, you know what? I know Remar and all the other casters are watching. If you guys know the movie I'm thinking about, you know.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie is called It's in the Back of My Head.
No. It's not. If you guys know the movie title, I don't even remember the actress's name. But anyways, back into the game. Again, an advantage for... Oh, this time it's Incilio. But again, in terms of advantage, it's not that big, Husky. Looks like for both teams, they're not really forcing out a fight. I mean, the fact that we were able to have some time for ourselves to think about a movie name, a movie title, and still nothing going on.
I mean,
Queen's Gambit! Thank you very much. Oh, that was the one. That was the one.
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Thank you very
much, Zipper. Oh, Joe is going to go down again, just blasted by the dispersion. Just in time for Turtle to spawn.
That was good, but I'm so disappointed in myself.
In case Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yes,
wonderful actress.
Yes.
It popularized chess. It's quite a thing. See, you know, should be able to get the turtle without any issues. Easy retribution, and now they get the flip back. Meow again, another flicker. Surprised that he tried to walk out forward into an Edith like that.
Yeah, so far in Celio, they're still playing the macro game quite well, and this time Justinian is actually able to get both turtles. So this is overall an amazing game for Incilio. With that being said, Legion Esports, the draft is about playing for the late game. So as long as Incilio is not 2,000 ahead, it really should be fine for Legion.
Oh, good attempt. A valiant one onto the Reaper. At least you get that flicker out for 2 minutes without the battle spell. Let's spill it to the bottom side, but again, no way means that. We've been seeing Legion Esports really try to utilize this Khalid. I mean, game 1 it was Mel, game 2 now it's Nart to make these early moves, but I think it's very unfortunate that they haven't found much success across 2 games.
Yeah, I like as well that so far Lovely on this Edith is looking very good as well. Diversion being used on the bottom lane, they want one, but so far Daylight is able to get out of there.
That's Purify. Let's see how much pressure they can put on this, right? There's no Raging Sandstorm, in fact. That's why they can move on so fast, and with Maniac around, there's no way for Legion Esports to come in. So there is a 1v1 fight top side. No one's the wiser. Justinian 2 levels ahead of Joe. A complete opposite of game 1.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes in, only 2 kills each so far. Nart tries to look for advantage, but so far no one from Incilio is really positioning themselves to actually get caught. Both junglers are at the top side of the map. Again, for both teams, it looks like they want to play the macro game, which is kind of uncharacteristic for Legion here. Legion actually playing slow. But I don't know if I like this, Husky, where you're playing for your opponent's timing, right? Like this feels like Legion wants to play like Incilio.
Yeah. Let's see. So Dawn is going to start shoving that wave in. Daylight has no Purify for another half a minute. Walking too close. Well, it actually checks it, so that's going to be Conceal gone. But still, Malefic Gun out for Don't. There should be a second item. Incilio will trade the turtle for bot tier 1, so they are really trying to slow down Daylight.
Yeah. So far, Incilio almost hitting that 2K. Legion Esports, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with them not trying to look for any kind of advantage. They're able to get the top lane, so that's good. But so far, both teams are just trading basically side lanes here. You go to top, I go to bottom. We're just going to scale up. Once we have items, we're going to fight. Before we get items, we're really not going to be doing anything. Diversion.
It kind of calls back to what I brought up, right? Like, Legion Esports have been trying to make moves, but with very minimal success. And now Joe caught up again. Donnie's just going to man fight this. Another flicker from Mel.
Can we have an instant replay? What was that interaction? He was like, push, pull, knocked up, everything.
Man got ragdoll, man.
Oh, yeah.
It feels really bad when you're a Phobius, but all of the flickers so far I think we've seen from Mel is to escape. He's not having a good time at all. And without the flicker, he's surely going to go down. He's going to use the Infernal Pursuit. But he goes down anyways. Lovely with the Primal Wrap finds Killing Spree. Top tier 2 for Incilio. Meanwhile, Diverse is going to be used. Nart will be held in place by Maniac. He's not going anywhere. Has the Raging Sandstorm, forced to use it, but Lovely will just chase him, even committing the glorious pathway. But still, Nart gets out.
Yeah, but look at Nart even has to use the flicker. Incilio, don't mind me for saying this, they're grabbing everything for free here, Husky.
Yeah.
Hey, like, hey, you want a kill? Go on, get a kill. Hey, you want a turret? Oh, go on, get a turret. Not saying that Legion is letting it happen, But at the same time, they're not doing a good job stopping it.
Yeah, this, I know it's early to say, but you can slowly see it go out of control for Legion right now. And look at Daylight. Daylight has 4 bodyguards around him.
Looking at the items here, looks like the Bruno is opting for a second item, Malefic Gun, which kind of makes it so that in Silo they really are just playing for the objectives. Instead of going for a Berserker Fury, he just wants more range instantly.
Yeah.
Looking at Daylight here, he's still waiting for Holy Crystal, but he's nowhere near close to his Holy Crystal here.
He's going Winds of Nature, look at that. He's pivoting to the Winds of Nature. He realized that this game is accelerating too fast. Glorious Pathway used an attempted engage, but it's too late. You didn't found the Lord, so Nard, he's gonna sacrifice his life. Meow as well, they committed, but they got nothing. It felt like they missed the timing long ago.
Maybe it's because of draft, but right now Legion Esports, their front line hasn't really been doing much. Nard, Joe, Meow, it doesn't look like they're having a good time actually doing anything in this game. No engages, no frontline body blocking, no nothing. Like, it could be because of the Edith, because honestly, Edith does well against that. Oh, Daylight!
Oh my god, Daylight!
Oh, he won!
He won because there's tower aggro. You
Right.
just didn't try to fight at tier 2, that's a bit of an error. But man, that came really close.
Oh yeah, very, very close. But overall, that could be just Justinian just checking out, okay, how much damage do I have? Can I kill someone undeterred? All right, I can. Well, I can try again later.
Almost enough.
Almost enough.
Thankfully, he's not a shutdown, right? He only has 5 assists prior to that, so no big shutdown goal for Daylight. It's a minor loss. Just thinking out the wave, topside slow pushing with the Lord as well. And even with 4 members of Incilio, they still have so much presence.
And you saw Joe got attacked once by one basic attack, and he had to alpha charge out.
It's like, no, that's painful.
Yeah, so right now the chances of them really stopping the push from Incilio is quite low right now. It's 10 minutes in, and only inhibitors are left here. Diversion in.
Man, it allows us so much potential, right, in the plays. Like the cross-map movements, they won't get inhibitor though. Almost took out Daylight and Meow at the same time, but still, possibilities are endless.
At this point, it's just about mental. You're just scaring Legion Esports from doing anything.
There you go, Glorious Pathway, another EN reaction. Daylight had to purify out of that, or he would have went down. They're gonna try to get the inhibitor first. They sacrifice Maniac for it, but still, big crit, 1.3k damage. And don't just foul another double kill. Incilio prime for victory. Windtalker as the next purchase. Incilio takes out all structures of Legion Esports. 4 versus 3 in favor of the ECA. Wrap Meow takes 2 more in the face. Daylight tries to fight him with the Winds of Nature, takes him down, but Incilio, eyes on the prize, tries to go for the Crystal. Daylight defending with his life, takes out 2 more from Incilio. Reaper looking to escape from this, will find his way to safety.
What Maniac!
Goes down. Daylight with the Maniac to keep Legion Esports afloat.
You even saw the visuals. We thought it was gonna end there, but whoo! We talked about the defense of a Natan as well as an Eve. Well, there you go. The Natan can get a Maniac. So hopefully with this kind of advantage, they can start looking to win the fights here, Husky, because again, now you have Maniac. There's nowhere for Maniac to go.
Oh, committing entropy.
Oh, that's so low. That's
Man,
so low.
Ricochet almost took him out. In normal circumstances, I would say that this doesn't look good for Incilio, but hey, they got all 3 in hits. So
now it's all for the lore here. And we saw what happens when you don't have an inhibitor. The minions are much stronger. Super minions are much stronger than normal minions. So
when you don't have all 3 inhibitors,
yeah, in Silo, they can just keep kiting this lord.
You want to play 26-minute games like game 1? Sure, be my guest. Incilio are willing to do that. Let the bot wave push in. Legion Esports now, they feel pressured to make a move. And looking to rush down the Lord. Meow. He's going to be the distraction. Glorious Pathway cuts off the entire backline. The Alpha Strike is in, but he's going to get control. The Lord knocks him out. And it's going to be Justinian that finds the objective. Everything going wrong for Legion.
They tried, Husky, right?
Yeah.
It was do or die. If they got the Lord, there's a chance that they can still survive. Here's the thing, they have an Eve as well as the Natan. The Natan already has the Holy Crystal and the Wind of Nature, so he can defend this. The Eve as well, having the Glowing Wand, the Divine Glaive, as well as...
Solemn Side, Winds of Nature.
No.
Wishing Lantern.
Wishing Lantern! Oh my god, that escaped me.
There you go. Flicker of Shatter. 2-man stun. Raging Sandstorm to the back. Hits no one. The Lord is so powerful. And this time even Daylight can save it. It is nighttime. Legion Esports gets put to bed. And Incilio finds the first victory in the wildcard group stage.
Yep, with a clean 2-0. Incilio so far looking good for Group B. Just with that, already looking like the favorites here coming in. Looking like they can play the macro game. They can play it slow. But when it's time to speed up, they can speed up.
And with how fast Incilio played in Game 2, that was sort of the initiative and proactiveness that we were looking from Legion Esports in Game 1 that wasn't really delivered to us, unfortunately. And that kind of allowed Incilio to really not only kind of figure out how Legion wants to play, but the fact that they got powered picks in Game 2 really made the job so much easier.
Let's shout out to our marshals, by the way. They're looking good. They suit up for this.
They are more suited up than we are.
Yeah.
They look like the Secret Service of M6.
I feel like I'm underdressed.
I feel like I'm underdressed. I walked in today and I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, who are these gentlemen? I realized, man, they are just our marshals. It's a grand event though, even though it's just a wild card.
We're setting the standard here.
We are.
Right.
Greater than ever, right?
Yeah, greater than ever, even our marshals. Look at this. They look snazzy. They're in a suit. They're in a suit, Husky. They're in uniform.
Yeah, they have a uniform for marshals.
They have a uniform.
It's not
for
just,
marshals.
just a vest or a shirt. It's a
Before
full
this,
suit.
it was a jersey.
Yeah, now it's a full suit. Can you believe it? Suit and tie! Suit and tie.
After this, tuxedo.
Oh, boy. For the
Bow
grand
tie.
finals, who knows, right? Who knows? Grand finals.
Maybe.
It is at Axiata.
Let's talk about the game just now. And Legion, game number 1 and game number 2, it looked like they were a bit lost. And I kind of feel like that's the biggest problem, when you're going up against Incilio, where they know what to do from minute 1 all the way to the game end. It just looked like Legion Esports was not prepared to go up against Incilio.
It does feel like it. I think because we set the stage of Legion Esports wants to play really fast, right? Incilio, they like it calm and collected. We talk about how fast Legion can go based off of the MCCM. Game 1 didn't really show that ferocity, at least not to the degree that I expected. And then you look into Game 2, they just felt so lost.
Yeah, it looked like everyone didn't have the confidence to start something.
Yeah.
It could be the mind games because you're going up against Louis, where all of a sudden they could teleport 4 people in your back line and then you get crushed. But it really did look like they were paralyzed. Like options paralysis, where they're like, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I back off? Should I move forward? At the end of the day, they didn't do anything. And again, it's just the first day. They have time to adjust. But again, this is not a good way to start your wildcard run.
No, you gotta win the next 2 series, and it only gets harder from there for Legion Esports. And this game obviously is just half the game duration of game number 1. Higher kill count overall as well, but Incilio also at the same time had a way more dominant win than coming down to that coin flip in game 1.
Yeah, which is weird because Legion had a pretty okay draft here. It just looked like their mid trio really couldn't do much, and it could be because Reaper as well as Lovely did well, and Maniac. What an amazing frontline, man! Like, he's always there to prevent Legion Esports from doing anything.
And remember, this is also a game that Legion Esports actively banned out both the Matilda and the Cho in the first phase. And then they opted for the Khalid last pick as the roamer. We've seen across the entire game, it's just Khalid Phobias, we're going to press our ultimates, we full commit. If it doesn't work out, that's it, we lose the fight. And it keeps repeating. And a lot of these times, Daylight wasn't ready to fight. And once he came online and defended that base, it was already too late, right? Damage has been done. Look at Daylight. He's deathless this entire game.
Let me just say, Incilio, they live up to the hype. Let's look at the emblems here, Husky, because quite different coming in from Incilio, where Mystery Shop for the Bruno, making it so that he gets his first item relatively fast. And then the Brace Might for the Louis. This is definitely an adjustment for both of them. And Lovely as well. We see, well, it's not rare to see Quantum Charge on an Edith, but lately we've been seeing a lot of War Cry so that when you go to the Primal Wrath, you deal a lot of damage. But so far, even with the Quantum Charge, it looks like it wasn't that big of an issue. Damage was still being able to be dished out and still tanky as ever.
And even when you look at the emblems for Meow, the talents for him, he took Festival of Blood, but he also took that Inspire, right, for the extra cooldown reduction into Concussive Blast to try and lane against the high loss. Usually this would be favored. I kind of feel like that Brace Mind would do a bit better. Like we're seeing that interaction prior to this, even prior to this patch. It was a bit weird, especially in that mid to late game where he's constantly trying to force fight alongside Nard, but it never works out because he had to always flicker to safety whenever he gets caught by Reaper's Yin Yang reaction.
And we can also see being really worried going up against Incilio, where instead of having Rupture, went for 2 movement speed emblems, right? Having the agility as well as Wither this Blessing. Usually you see Rupture there so that you can actually deal damage. So that could also be a reason why Legion Esports, they couldn't really take a fight, because no matter what, they don't have enough damage.
I think if you cover the team tags and the player details, you would think that Legion Esports draft is sort of Incilio's kind of draft, right? We want to go late game with incredible late game damage. And for Incilio's draft, it's like Legion. We go fast, fast, fast. But the complete opposite has happened.
Yeah. Bruno didn't go for the crit emblem as well, went for Trill. So again, that's also something interesting where it looks like he doesn't want to rely on crit. Like even his normal non-crit attacks is strong. And then when he does get a crit, you were saying like what, 1.3?
1.3k, yeah, 1.3k at the end, yeah.
Now, looking at the damage here, Reaper is still the one that dealt the most amount of damage. Even though without the Rupture, still did good damage, 52k, but unfortunately, Joe, only 18,000 damage dealt, where comparable to Lovely.
I think for viewers who might have missed out Game 2 and you just look at the stats, you might think that, oh, it's just a 3k goal deficit. But remember, a big chunk of that goal came from the glorious defense by Daylight, but prior to that, it's not even close, right? It was a landslide in favor of Incilio.
Yeah, if Daylight didn't get that Maniac, then, you know,
this game would have ended in like 11 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Let me just say, though, I would say if there's any play of the day, the first game that Aurora steals, that was play of the day for sure.
That is 100% play of the day. 100%. At least for now, right? If we end the day without anything that is more impactful than that, that is my play of the day.
Yeah. After this, we're going to see who is the MVP for this match. And again, this, I would say, is a little bit more passive than active. But so far, Incilio, the entire roster, I love that everyone understands their job. Maniac is a front line, and he does it. He's one guy, but it feels like 3 tanks are in front.
Yeah, he really utilized the high loss to its maximum potential, right? Those glorious pathway just makes life so hard. But of course, in the back end, we got Bruno, played by Dawn. We did say he is one of the key threats of Incilio. With his 6-1 and 5 fully decked out marksman, he is unstoppable.
Oh yeah, unstoppable for sure. Again, with a different way to set up his emblems. But also something to note for you guys that want to follow his style of play, he went for the Hosklaw and then went for the Malefic Gun. So instantly wants that extra range, extra penetration. Where we see other teams, they go for Hosklaw and then Berserker Fury. For Don't, he wants that range.
Yeah, you get the item faster, and because you took Thrill, so you just have a lot more raw damage than relying on your crits, right? And it benefits you even more when you are snowballing the lane out of control. Like, look at this. He's just casually hitting the structures while his team is, you know, just brawling, just fist fighting with everyone else. And when he finally joins the fight, he's just landing massive crits.
Oh yeah, like you can't get away from Bruno. I feel like that's the most dangerous thing. It's like you feel like you've gotten far enough. It's like no.
Yeah. Honestly, if this one, if he didn't chase Mel and just look to hit the crystal, they could have ended the game, which in of itself is pretty funny. But then again, they have such a big lead anyways. This one, look at this. There's so much burst on the Natan. Oh like, my goodness.
No, the thing is, the teleport went through.
It ported Reaper's corpse back to base.
Yeah, like the basic attack went. This is truly Nathan, transcending time.
Yeah. I wanted to say time and tide waits for no man, but that's Beatrix, which is pretty weird, right?
But yeah, Incilio 2-0. For now, with a very convincing win in Group B. We talked about Group A, we talked about Group B. For Group A, Ulhanar is the favorites. But Dianfen Yaguai opened strong. For Group B, both Incilio as well as RRQ Akira are the teams to watch. And so far, Incilio has lived up to the hype.
I think Group B definitely is going according to a lot of people's expectations, but Group A, we are seeing that a slight dark horse start to really manifest in Dianfeng Yaoguai, which I think in of itself is already a very, not just a strong statement for the Chinese region, but at the same time, it's a testament to how this entire year of MLBB esports has really evolved, right? We got the fall of the kings in multiple regions, like for Indonesia, for the Philippines, for the Turkish region, for the Latam region, and even right now, we have so many shifts in the tectonic plates that I personally am excited, even though it's just 2 series.
Yeah. But either way, like, we have 4 matches for today, and that's the end